Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for attending this Vyasapuja for His Holiness Romapada Swami. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I just want you to know, I sort of missed a little bit of my husband's introduction, but what he meant was he could not go out. You know, our family would meet outside once a week at that time because we all were living in different places. So we used to meet, there's just one way of getting together, the whole family. So we would meet out at a restaurant. So he didn't mean non-veg like that, but we could not go to any restaurant, you know, where they were serving that food, but we were very vegetarian. So I just want you to misunderstand, because I just picked up on that when Prabhu said that. His family to him was very important, and we had that tradition for a long time, so that the whole family, 5 or 6 of our families, could meet once a week. So he said, oops, we'll have to drop that one. I don't know how the family will take that, but that's what it was about. So for me, as Prabhu said, you know, we never had any intention or any dreams of managing a temple. And it was just because we've always been attending this temple. This was the first temple that came to Phoenix, Hindu temple of any kind, and the first Krishna temple that came to Arizona and Phoenix area. And so my father was very much into Mana Seva and supporting the community, so he was kind of responsible for bringing this temple to Phoenix. He tried with the Indian community to bring an Indian temple, a Hindu temple of any kind here, because when he came, there were very, very few people here. You could count them, the number of families, you could count them on your hands, you know, 2 hands. Very few families, and there was no temple. So he approached the Indian community and said, you know, let's make a temple here. There should be a place of worship, because he had done this in Africa. And you know, there was a lot of disagreement between different sects, you know, either have a Shiva temple or a Krishna temple or some other temple, you know, Ram temple, and they could not come to an agreement where. And my father tried many places, and at one point he found really a beautiful land. You know, this is where the Buttes, the hotel is. He found a piece of land there. It was inexpensive, like $40,000, a big lot. And he encouraged the Indian community, let's buy this land and we can build the temple there. It will be very central to all the areas in Metro Phoenix. And they did not agree again. You know, there was a lot of disagreement, this, that, and the other. And then they made a comment. I think my dad was known as CV. You know, so he said, CV wants to make money from this. You know. So my dad was really broken-hearted when he heard that, and then he kind of dropped it. He still would go to the meetings, and meanwhile, Darshat Prabhu came here and he wanted a Krishna temple, and my dad said, I will help you. So he really helped Darshat Prabhu find this piece. While they were looking for this, they found the place in Tucson, and my father helped them get that temple. So for 2 or 3 years, we used to go every weekend to Tucson, to that temple. And then when we found this, my father and my husband went door to door, collecting funds to put the deposit down for this particular piece of property. So we were very attached to the temples. My point was, so we used to come and help the temple in the background. We didn't even know the names of the pujaris, you know, at that time. And we just came and did our seva and went home, you know, for many years. And then, as my husband said, there were a lot of temple presence in and out of here for many reasons. And then one year there was no president. And at that time, in those years, Maharaj was coming. He was a GBC at one point. And he was visiting, and we would go to every class, every home program, every program he would go there. So he noticed that, and he inquired about us to Darshan. No, I don't know who it was, not Darshan Prabhu, he was not here, he was not temple president. I don't know who inquired, and they said, well, they come here regularly and they do service, they're good sevaks. Then Shyam Sundar Prabhu came, and because it was Puja, he put him in touch with us, and then we talked to Shyam Sundar Prabhu. Shyam Sundar Prabhu recommended, and we said, no, we'll help you manage until you find a temple president. We are not qualified to manage the temple. And so we just did all the background work, seva. And then Maharaj said, you have to take up this service. And I said, okay, I'll do it for a few months until you find somebody. So I kept giving them, names. How about this person? How about this person? How about this person? They're really good devotees, But Maharaj would not take that. And then I asked them to take my husband, to make him the president. And my husband said, make her the president. So ended up, Maharaj said, you'll be the one. So that's how I had the first serious conversations with Maharaj, was about managing this place. Although before that, I think I might have told you a story where Maharaj came to one of our homes and we had a home program, and it happened to be my birthday actually. So my sister had made a cake for me. And at the time of cake cutting, I cut the cake and I was asked to offer it to Maharaj. So I went there and Maharaj said, who made this cake? So I told him, Vyasapuja Prabhu made the cake. I said, it was made at the temple. Oh, then I will take. So he honored a piece of cake, and then he said, come and sit down here. And then he talked to me about what I was reading at that particular time. And I said, I'm reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and I'm Canto 7 right now, and I'm reading about Prahlad Maharaj. So he asked me to tell him exactly what I had read the night before, and he wanted me to go over the verse, and the translation, and the purport, and what did I understand from that. So it took quite a long time, because I was very slow, and I was also nervous at that time, and everybody kept looking at me, look at the time, and I didn't know how to stop, because Maharaj kept asking me questions. And at the end of the talk he said, and so he asked me, who are your favorite characters from Srimad Bhagavatam? So I said, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. And he said, oh, those are my favorite characters also. If you give me your address, I will send you some CDs I've just recently recorded. And lo and behold, I gave him my address. It was like probably Friday or Saturday. And the following Tuesday, I received CDs from Maharaj, on the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj's, prayers. So I was really taken to Maharaj's caring ways at that time, at the very, very beginning. And he said, if you have any questions while you're reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, just write to me and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And I said, but Maharaj, you're so busy, I can always ask. At that time I said, Ramesh, he's really well read. I didn't know what I was saying, but when I think of that, those few sentences that I had, the conversation I had with Maharaj, I'm really embarrassed. But I said, I cannot disturb you, not realizing that he was offering me, shelter, offering me, just, to get ahead in my spiritual life. He was willing to, he had asked me to write to him if I wanted to understand anything from the Srimad Bhagavatam or from any other scriptures. I didn't realize at that time how fortunate I was, that I said, you must be so busy, I cannot write to you. And so, as I say, I'm embarrassed, I want to reiterate it, but just so that you know, it takes all kinds of people, and you just have to be sincere, and you'll find the right spiritual master. Krishna just sends him to you when it's your time. So be on the lookout for a spiritual master like Romapada Swami, and he personally replies to all our communications and things, and I really appreciate that. When he comes to visit our home, I notice that he's busy throughout. I mean, he gets up at sometimes before 3:30, and he's busy from 3:30 right up to 9:30. And he's constantly answering to his disciples, recording the answers, whatever it takes. Now with WhatsApp, it's made it very easy for him because he doesn't have to write so much, type so much. He just quickly answers his disciples. So I'm very grateful to Maharaj for his very, 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 very caring attitude towards all of us. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And my apologies for being late.
So just wanted to introduce, right, like some people were asking what is Vyasapuja. So Vyasapuja is really honoring the appearance day of really great personalities. Like example, like when we have Srila Prabhupada's Vyasapuja, spiritual acharyas, they all have Vyasapuja because we want to really celebrate, and also they are exalted personalities. They are very dear to Krishna. So when we are really honoring their birthdays, their Vyasapuja, we are really in a way pleasing Krishna. Second thing is it also purifies our own heart because we are glorifying in all of that happiness. So that's really what is Vyasapuja. This gives us an opportunity to recognize everything that they have done for us, all the sacrifices and everything, and also imbibe their qualities, what they are living their life really. So that's such an inspiration for us. So those are all the reasons that why we So yes, Vyasapuja is that. So just a little bit about His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj. He was actually born in December. Was born on December 27, 1948 in upstate New York in a small town. And then he was born into a Christian family. So again, very obedient, very like perfect, like everything, so that's how he used to be. But when he went to Sunday school and all that, he would ask a lot of questions. He was very curious, right? He would ask, what is it like to be in heaven? What do people do in heaven? So people didn't have all the answers in Christianity, of course. They would kind of say, no, we don't talk too much about all that, because you don't say the name of God, things like that. So his curiosity always started growing and he wanted to know more. And then later on in 1969, he was in Buffalo University. That's when actually there was an event. So he happened to be walking in there. It was like a crowded room. He didn't know. He just went in there and he saw Srila Prabhupada chanting the Mahamantra. So Allen Ginsberg, he was also there at that time with him. But again, he didn't understand anything much of Prabhupada because of his, Bengali accent, and with all of that, he didn't really understand much, but he knew that something he got connected with the Mahamantra. So that's when he kind of felt that. And later on, back in the day, he was in the same university, his Grace Burijan Prabhu. So he gave him a Back to Godhead magazine. And then he opened the magazine, started reading about it, and that was Brahma Samhita by His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He saw that and he was like, what is this, right? Brahma Samhita was so hard. I don't know if you all have the book, but it's really high up there, very high level book. So he got very inspired. It was very intuitive. He got really attracted to the whole, Krishna consciousness. So then later on, he joined the temple. This is in New York. Back in the day, he joined the temple, and he was actually even temple president in New York City, New York Temple for a while, and he was also the Sankirtan leader. Very, 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 he's very interested in book distribution. So much of that he did back in the day. Then later on, it was 1971 when he received his first initiation. 1972, he received his second initiation. And then later, fast forward, Seva keeps continuing, and then later on, it was in 1983 that he took sannyas, and then 85 when he became an initiating guru. So that's kind of the timeline of his story, but then again, he has done so much of preaching activities. He's always traveling to different countries. He's doing a lot of preaching in China right now. And then of course here, he goes to, every time you have to really keep up with the schedule because every 7 days, every 3 days, he's in a different state. He's doing so many preaching and all of that. So I just wanted to give a little bit of background about His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj. And then now I would like to call upon the devotees to do some offering. We are still waiting for Premadhatri Mataji, but meanwhile I'm thinking we can start. So, Prabhu, would you like to start? Okay. Thank you again everyone for coming.
Namo Vyasapuja Krishna Krishna Bodhane Srimade Maharaj Nandini. Namo Vyasapuja Krishna Krishna Bodhane Srimade Maharaj Nandini. So, in glorification of Maharaj, I'd like to share two things I heard from his very personal associates in Chicago, and how glorious Maharaj is in terms of his mood and mission for serving Srila Prabhupada. So we had the opportunity to, or we were blessed to have Satrupa Mataji and Kamsidhari Prabhu stay with us during the Japa retreat. And they were sharing amazing things about Maharaj. And one thing they shared was about how Maharaj basically preaches in China and how the devotees are so dedicated in China. I didn't know that in China YouTube is banned, so they don't have access to YouTube. And Maharaj takes the risk to travel because if any religious person travels to China and if they are caught, there could be a very risky outcome. They could be banned from travel and the attendees in the class could be basically put into prison. So that's how severe the issue is in China. But Maharaj still takes this big risk of traveling to China and then to preach this message of Krishna consciousness. And as we heard, Maharaj really likes book distribution and he's like totally into giving this knowledge to everyone. And this is very inspiring to me because sometimes when we go on Harinam or book distribution, I always hesitate to approach people with books or even to share this message with others. And considering what Maharaj does, like totally risking everything, he does this, and that's kind of very inspiring for me. And also, in terms of like Chinese devotees, they don't have access to YouTube, and they have 2 calls every week with Maharaj. Like each call is like 90 minutes or so. And one time I happened to join that call, and there were like about 350 people in the call. In one Zoom call, there were 350 people, and I heard that that's what happens every week, both days in the week. And they don't have access to this many Bhagavad Gita books, and it's very, very hard to even have any religious books in China. But still they are so dedicated, and again I was thinking I have access to so much in YouTube and books, and still we don't utilize all that, but they, with limited resources, they are so much, very, very dedicated to Maharaj in this mood and mission. So that is one thing I wanted to share, and secondly I also wanted to share about how recently I was in India, and then I attended one of the Sri Vaishnava class. When Sri Vaishnava was giving a class in one of the temples I visited. And this Prabhu was explaining how important Guru is in one's life. And he was also saying how difficult it is to find a bona fide Guru in this time and age. He was saying it's like going into the ocean, and then in the ocean, as we know, you can find so many things. You can find different aquatic animals, you can find so many abominable things, all the dirt goes to the ocean. So how rare it is to find a true or a pure pearl from an oyster in the ocean. I mean, you can imagine how rare it is to find a pure pearl in the ocean, in this vast ocean. And this Prabhu was saying that finding a bona fide Guru in this time and age is like that. Finding however difficult it is to find a pure pearl, it is that difficult to find a bona fide Guru in this time and age. And also he was saying that without a Guru, without surrendering to a Guru in this time and age, again, we cannot go back to Godhead. I mean, it's impossible without finding a Guru or surrendering to a Guru. So again, when I heard this, I was so fortunate, and in one sense I was feeling fortunate, in the other sense I was feeling unfortunate that I haven't realized the position of Guru and how important it is and how we have been connected and how blessed we are because we are connected. So again, in this very auspicious day, I would like to seek blessings of Maharaj and the whole parampara to help me become more serious in this Krishna consciousness process, realize what the gift I've been given, and be a slightest instrument in spreading this message to all others that I come across. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Namo Vyasapuja Krishna 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 Swami. Namo Vyasapuja Krishna 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 Namaste Saraswati Devi Guru Maharaj Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi. I'm going to read my Vyasapuja offering, Shri Romapada Maharaj, that I sent for this year. So, while we are writing about this Vyasapuja, I looked at this 3 stages of appreciation for you, Guru Maharaj, and my appreciation for you has broadened. So this year, I was looking back at my spiritual journey, and I can see your mercy at every step that helped me to grow in my devotional service. Japa retreat that you conducted helped me to further strengthen my faith in Holy Name. When I broaden my appreciation, I see that you are instrumental in growing Phoenix community. You visit us at least twice a year. You conduct Japa retreat that always helps us bring back our focus on Krishna. This year you inspired even children who chanted 64 rounds. This only because of your causeless mercy. You personally keep whereabouts of your disciples like your children. And finally, I can see that the selfless service that you are performing relentlessly only for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and Sri Krishna. And Maharaj is in this process for 50 years plus, which is not a small feat. Krishna has reciprocated as well. Like without empowerment from Krishna, it is humanly impossible to perform services that you perform. There are few things you always emphasize. One is set your GPS to Krishna, and Krishna will always guide you towards him. Even though you might have detours and setbacks, but if your GPS destination is clear to Krishna, then Krishna will always take you back. Take a shelter of holy name, chant attentively, and then carefully study Srila Prabhupada's book, especially daily, study Srimad Bhagavatam. Maharaj is a big emphasis on studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Even like he has a series of lectures on very first Srimad Bhagavatam book that Srila Prabhupada wrote, Light of Bhagavatam. You should like listen to that series, that especially before even he came to America. There was a retreat in Japan at that time, and Prabhupada, for some reason, he couldn't go there. But Srila Prabhupada wrote this Light of Bhagavat, and then he sent that book to Japan so that somebody can use that in the retreat, and it's amazing. Here's like I got a appreciation from like His Holiness Tamala Krishna Goswami Maharaj in one of his lecture about Romapada Maharaj. So I'd like to read that. Just like our Romapada Swami, he has got no disease. If you are watching now, we are going to have a big Sankirtan marathon. He is going out every day. These devotees are going out 10, 12 hours a day, going all over the city, asking people, please give a donation for Radha Govinda. Because there are many people out nowadays, our Romapada Swami Maharaj is running this marathon. If you ever see 15, 16, 18 hours a day, he works for Krishna. Romapada is not taking 1 paisa or 1 penny for himself. Simple selfless service. This is devotion. So there are our pure devotees. This was the words of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in 1986 about Romapada Swami Maharaj. So I am very grateful to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Krishna for sending you in our lives and providing a causeless mercy. Praying at your lotus feet that I can follow your 2 main instructions, serving the holy name and serving the Srimad Bhagavatam. At your servant, Vyasapuja. Hare Krishna.
We know it's Maharaj's 75th Vyasapuja, so that says something, right? Like 75 years of service. I'll just share my personal experiences with Maharaj, just to don't worry. Every year Maharaj comes and we have 64 round Japa retreat. After completing my 62 rounds, it was time over for 64 rounds. So I told Maharaj I completed my 62 rounds, and then I was slacking a little bit at the end, or got a little bit of time to get in the rhythm initially. So immediately Maharaj was trying to stop me, to correct me, or rather guide me. And then Maharaj, like once I was done, then Maharaj told me, or everybody, quality matters. Quantity does not matter. So it's like quality matters. And you know, you don't get so many interactions with Maharaj normally. Like, you know, you can't ask so many questions or daily interaction or something like that. Once in a while you get to ask question and Maharaj answers you, that stick in your mind that, hey, Maharaj said, quality matters, quantity does not matter. So every time you are chanting and you are distracting, you get to hear, quality matters, quantity does not matter. So quality is what matters, and that's what now it's more than ever important to me. Like when I chant, quality matters. Always I remind myself that quality matters. Do that, you know, pay attention, do the chanting properly, those things. So that is one. And then we met Maharaj, and then we were telling Maharaj that we live in a community, there are no Indians, all different people are around us, and no Indians. So Maharaj's eyes lit up, literally lit up, and then Maharaj says, you know, this is a time, like this is a chance for you to go out and do something. Go out and preach, or go out and, you know, introduce our philosophy to people, or things like that. So you can see, you guys talked about how Maharaj is so involved in preaching activity or these kind of activities. You can see this experience, right? His eyes literally lit up when you know, just hint of, oh, there is a chance. So he's so humble in that sense that he wants you to preach. He wants you to spread the word, you know, enlarge our congregation. So, and then recently, I don't know if you guys know, but Maharaj got hurt on his feet, on his toe. So it's like whenever something happens, you feel like, oh, you know, you hear everywhere that Maharaj is perfectly fine. We don't expect Maharaj, something will happen to Maharaj, but then you hear something, and then finally what did you find out? That it was a small fracture in his, you know, long toe, and then it was just a matter of 10-15 days of wearing a specific shoe and it will get over. So I pray for Maharaj for his good health and happiness from bottom of my heart, and that's about it. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
सॉरी ये माइक हम यहाँ से करें और महाराज की ओर फेस करें तो अच्छा रहेगा मेरा सजेशन
As your disciple, your visits to Phoenix Temple are always very inspiring to make progress in devotional services to Lord Krishna. Your devotional lectures have been very interesting and encouraging. Your recent lecture, along with the slideshow regarding attentive chanting, was very interesting and beneficial to me, and I think to all of us. I'm looking forward to your next visit to Phoenix and the Japa retreat. Thank you so much for your mercy. Hare Krishna.
Pranams to my Guru Maharaj and all my God brothers and sisters. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurat Meelidam Mena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my Guru, my spiritual master, opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. It is a special privilege to be a human being, and the human life is understanding the absolute truth. Until I met Guru Maharaj, I was still taking Krishna consciousness very seriously, even though I was going to the temple for a very long time. Because of Maharaj's mercy and the constant encouragement from Premadati Mataji and Namapriya Mataji, I was able to take initiation 5 years ago. that has changed my entire life. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for bringing me from ignorance and showering your mercy upon me. And during the COVID, I work in the healthcare. I was going through a lot of trouble because of the busy work schedule and life and children and everything. I used to write letters to Maharaj constantly, and the next day morning I can see Maharaj reply back. That was like an encouragement for me. And thank you for accepting me as your disciple, and I pray for your health and wellness. Krishna.
Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gauravani, Vicharini, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi, Pashyat Deshitarini, Mukam Karoti, Vachalam, Pangum Langayate Girim, Yat Krupatam Aham Vande, Shri Gurum Dinataranam. My dear and most respected spiritual master and eternal father, His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj, please accept my most humble and respectful obeisances in the dust of your most merciful lotus feet. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. Today is your 75th Vyasapuja day. Vyasapuja was Vyasa was the spiritual master of Sanjaya, and Sanjaya admits that it was by Vyasa's mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly but through the spiritual master. Thank you, Maharaj, for giving us scripture knowledge, deep PhD level knowledge, importance of chanting 64 rounds, Harinam, and many more. Today we are trying to glorify you. The sweetest nectar is glorifying Lord Krishna, but even sweeter is to glorify our beloved spiritual master. Our words are empty next to your immense mercy that we have experienced during your visit to ISKCON Phoenix. You have been our complete inspiration. Your service to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, your complete surrender to Him inspires me day by day. Please have a mercy on me and my family, so that we may keep cleansing our heart, so that no dirt remains. Only Krishna Prema. Srila Romapada Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for this opportunity. With Premadatra's help, I took shelter of Guru Maharaj's shelter 2 years ago. Maharaj is so approachable, caring, and inspirational for me. This year was challenging from different perspectives, but with Maharaj's blessings, I was able to study and continue study Bhakti Shastra, along with other involvement in my family and work life. I'm so grateful for the Maharaj's association past November. He helped me to gain clarity and calmness, and he helped me to better understand what is more important and what I should focus on. I really liked his instructions on managing the time, and that sadhana in service to Krishna is kind of always first. Maharaj's lectures on YouTube are very helpful and inspirational for me. His responses to the questions that devotees have, answering my questions as well. And Maharaj is so responsive on emails, and I feel his presence always when I need his support. I'm very grateful for his instructions that I try to follow as much as I can, and I'm thankful for the yoga classes that we have on Saturdays at the temple. I'm thankful for the Srimad Bhagavatam classes, readings we have in the morning and afternoon. And and I'm very grateful for all the blessings and all support that Maharaj offers to me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanaviramdasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshuram Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vanjakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhyabhyevacha Patidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. First of all, I am giving Kodi Pranam at your lotus feet, and because I have seen for many years the effort you are putting in spreading Krishna consciousness. The beauty about your classes or speeches is that you are making a great endeavor to bring science and technology connected to our Veda. It is very amazing. I don't think anybody else has done it. And the people who are puffed up with intellectual capabilities and all this, who are questioning the Vedic knowledge against these Britishers, though imposed with such mysticism, superstition, mythology, like that, they try to degrade or dishonor us. But now you are putting an effort in a scientific way to make people understand the truth of the old Vedism. And I don't understand how much time you might have spent and what energy you have to take it. It is amazing actually, because I have seen the similar classes also here, all the sound technology and how people are doing this, and you have done a lot of work on that one. It is really amazing. For that, Kodi Pranam at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Wish you very happy Krishna conscious appearance day, Maharaj. By your mercy, we had a couple of Japa retreat we attended last 2 years, and who will not have interest or have ruchi in Krishna Nam after hearing your Japa retreats? That was amazing. Even like we were chanting before, it really gives the boost or something more to chant the same rounds seriously. So we really indebted to you, and you have very deep understanding of Krishna conscious philosophy, the way you present through your interesting slideshow, and you have chosen photographs in those slideshow. It's really interesting. And I remember last year also, many devotees were not able to go in Dham and have this Vrindavan Yatra. Your virtual Vrindavan Yatra was really helpful, and you were like, it was more interesting because you had like all these photographs of all these Leelas. So very nicely you presented, and it was very nice. You appreciate a lot, even like if even kids they are hearing the class and sometimes they are peacefully hearing your class, you are very happy, you are appreciating them. So you are full of qualities. In spite of your old age, you are traveling across the USA, outside USA, preaching this Krishna conscious message that shows that you are the worthy and true follower of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj, and I pray to Sri Radha Madhav Hari for your good health, and you will stay healthy for a long time, so that you can frequently come here and give your associational blessing. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Romapada Swami Namane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shivadi Pascharya Deshtarani. Dear Romapada Swami Maharaj, on this very auspicious occasion, I want to wish you a very happy appearance day, and I pray for a long, healthy life, so that you continue to bless all of us with your wonderful association and instructions. Romapada Maharaj, I I admire him for his tireless efforts, tireless traveling. He comes here twice a year. He spends so much time with each and every one of us, gives personal attention and care for each and every one. Doesn't matter if disciple or not disciple, he is distributing his mercy. And as Gaurav Vyasapuja said, to even kids, I especially enjoy the prasadam that he gives after each and every lecture. He doesn't forget that, and it's so nectarian to receive that mercy, that prasadam from Maharaj. And in spite of his advanced age, at his age he's so energetic that it looks like just a 20-year-old boy just running around and traveling. So much energy. That is quite amazing. I'm quite impressed with that. And he is taking so much risk. I remember during COVID, when everything was shut, nobody was traveling, and he was the first outside visiting devotee coming to Phoenix, taking such a great risk just so that he spreads the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Prabhupada to all of us. So I'm so much indebted to Maharaj. And as Gaurav Vyasapuja mentioned, the virtual yatra, the Kartik yatra that he took us on a couple of years ago, that touched us so much. And personally, in my life, the japa retreats that he has done, the 2 japa retreats here, I'm deeply inspired by that, and I can say that my chanting has at least improved quite significantly. Again, I'm nowhere close to chanting attentively, but those japa retreats have helped me quite a bit. I'm so much thankful to Maharaj for that, and I pray that he comes here more often and continues to give his mercy and association. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Romapada Maharaj, wish you happy Krishna conscious birthday. I think as coming at the late, so everybody has covered a lot of points, even the sweet prasad I wanted to cover, but I think the sweet one is going to cover. So I want to say that Maharaj gives the sweet lectures and at the end he gives the sweet prasad. So I think that's what I remember Maharaj is doing. And I think I see, I've been here for a little more long time, but I'm only got initiated a couple of years ago. I'm still learning. And I don't even remember Bhaktisundar Goswami Maharaj was here before until I met him 3 years ago. But Romapada Swami is something I remember, one of the Maharaj which I know more often in association is with Romapada Swami only. So I'm grateful to you, Maharaj, and your disciples. Because of you and your disciples only, where I am right now, I'm still making baby steps. And I have a fortunate to attend Vrindavan Yatra last year, not only virtual but with Maharaj and his disciples. It was wonderful Yatra. Maharaj has a lot of patience, and I think that is something I want to improve on. There's a lot of scope for me to improve because I'm less patient, Maharaj, and with your age and time, you still have a lot of patience, and you have a very good slides. Each slide, speaks thousands of words, and you give a nice commentary. You engage all the devotees, all the ages, and his japa retreat helped us a lot. And I think not only me and my kids and all the devotees here. So we look forward to you for your visits more often, and we wish you good health. So we want to have more and more your association and association of your devotees as well.
So I also have a Shamsundar Prabhu's offerings. I will just read it. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Vacha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyavecha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. What a great fortune for this most fallen, totally worthless servant of the servant to get chance to glorify the pure devotee of the Lord on Maharaj appearance day. On this most auspicious day of your appearance, Maharaj, I offer my millions of obeisances at your divine lotus feet. Learning and dwelling in the lives of great saints is my favorite activity recently. I feel it is a glorious moment of my life to dwell and appreciate life of His Holiness Romapada Swami Maharaj, who is very dear to my heart. Great souls show us by their exemplary life how to perfect our lives by awakening the dormant lover for Krishna and following in their footsteps. Help others to achieve the same. I feel extremely delighted in association of wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis whom I consider very close to my heart. We have seen in our disciplic succession great souls who have lived their life according to the principle of devotional service, but went through so many difficulties to help all of us to endeavor for perfection. His Holiness Romapada Swami is one of them. Great souls show symptoms of eagerness to know the truth. Real hero goes out of all general consideration and due to their immense desire to search for ultimate good, and Krishna helped them. Maharaj was sincerely seeking the spiritual path and go beyond the family tradition and religion. When Maharaj was not getting the proper answers, Maharaj explored different paths, searching the truth. Not until 1969, when Maharaj heard our dear Srila Prabhupada singing Hare Krishna Mahamantra with famous poet Allen Ginsberg at the crowded auditorium. Despite heavy thick Bengali accent of dear Srila Prabhupada, Maharaj was not able to understand but left a deep impression in Maharaj's heart. Krishna sent Bhurijan Prabhu with back to Godhead to Maharaj, and Maharaj filled with joy reading Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami's article. Today also Maharaj is very fond of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Maharaj's heart must be ready to receive the mercy of Guru and Krishna, that in early days Maharaj found chanting of Hare Krishna to be the most effective process. A very deep sense of gratitude awakened for Srila Prabhupada's heart, rending sacrifice and bringing holy name to the West. With feelings of gratitude, Maharaj decided to join full-time devotee, leaving aside medical school study at Boston Temple. Maharaj is a person who thinks very seriously about everything, which makes Maharaj realize that there are so many medical doctors who are available, but only few become doctors to help others on the spiritual platform. Now, knowing Maharaj for more than at least 4 decades, I can see spiritual journey is a testament of pure love, dedication, gratitude, sincerity, and always searching for truth and always following the footsteps of our great acharyas. Once Maharaj is convinced, he will remain totally steadfast despite many obstacles may have come. Maharaj's life is full of glories. Maharaj received first initiation in July 1971 and second in summer of 1962, accepted renounced order of life in 1983 and became initiating spiritual master in 1985. Maharaj was a Sankirtan leader in New York and expertly distributed prasadam. Srila Prabhupada, when heard about this prasadam distribution, he wrote to devotees that they would conquer New York City with prasadam distribution. Once Tamal Krishna Goswami told me that whenever I used to see His Holiness Romapada Swami, he will always be reading and studying Srila Prabhupada's books. Maharaj would spend a significant portion of time on the phone, guiding, encouraging, and uplifting devotees. Maharaj's astounding personalized care continues even today. I still remember those mid-1980s when I got lucky to give ride to Maharaj to home programs, and I was new, shy to ask questions at programs. But after the program, when I drove Maharaj back to the temple, I used to ask many questions, and Maharaj was answering without looking at clock. I have no words to really appreciate the greatness of Maharaj. Maharaj allowed me to render some menial service by massaging at night. I do not remember that we have long discussion at any time. I guess our hearts were so close, so many things were cleared by Maharaj's glorious and smiling glances. When we spend time, always to the point, value Maharaj's time. Maharaj has always his busy schedule, traveling, not staying more than 3 to 4 days at any place. Maharaj traveled around the world, helping needy devotees in their practices by very nice practical advice. Maharaj has given classes at VIHE Vrindavan. Maharaj is very instrumental in developing community in various cities in US, dedicated to the college outreach throughout USA. In addition, conducts presentation at corporations in US. Maharaj liked to interact with youth and children, also instrumental in establishing Krishna House in Chicago and St. Louis. Maharaj did not stop with attachment to holy name and distributing the books, but took serious responsibility from 1996 to 2016, NA Executive Committee member. Maharaj took very grave service of GBC chairman for the entire body of ISKCON in 2009. Maharaj nowadays hold wonderful, well-organized pilgrimages to different places in India. I was so fortunate to be part of this parikrama of South India and really appreciate how much time Maharaj spent to prepare to enlighten all of us, also help spread Krishna consciousness in China. Once Bhakti Marga Swami states, the American Swami from New York is not ordinary. He is thoughtful, caring, and sacrificial person to help the humanity at large. Maharaj remained fixed in protecting Srila Prabhupada's mission, also remained fixed to protect the New York temple. I know Maharaj has used all donations money to keep fighting the legal battle for almost 2 decades, now victorious. Maharaj, as I witness remains like a lotus leaf in water, untouched by the modes of material nature. Maharaj is 100% engaged in serving the instruction and mission of his beloved spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. From the bottom of my heart, I am really grateful to allow me, even though most unqualified, to be part of Japa retreats and allow me to meet the wonderful devotees and also to get Maharaj kind association. Your constant guidance and inspiration has kept me in my devotional practice and always remain to serve you eternally. Your most fallen and totally worthless servant of the servant, Shyam Sundar Prabhu. So I was fortunate to write for it. That's why I read it. And as you know, what a great realization Shyam Sundar Prabhu had. And in our lives also, we can see how Maharaj have affected in our lives too. After Srila Prabhupada left this world, he needed dedicated and sincere disciples to take over. When Prabhupada left, there were only 108 temples all over the world. After that, now it's more than 650 temples. It's only by the dedication and sincerity of disciples like Romapada Maharaj, it was possible for ISKCON to still flourish. So we are very eternally grateful to Maharaj for taking this responsibility very seriously. And if I remember, I try to recollect about Maharaj's qualities. A couple of qualities come into my mind. One of the thing is, as Prabhupada stated, Bhagavad Gita as it is, and Romapada Maharaj is Srila Prabhupada as it is. I have, whenever I attended the lectures or the classes, whenever Maharaj was asked some of the questions, challenging questions, and Maharaj didn't get any inference which was beyond Srila Prabhupada, he would openly admit that this is what Prabhupada said. So that is the main attitude of a disciple should be, and Maharaj kind of portrayed every time. And the best thing that I like of the slides is the pictures he collects. It's beautiful. You can actually meditate on it. I wish I can steal all the database. So, along the infinite qualities Maharaj has, these are some things that I can recollect and then I can meditate upon. And thank you so much, Maharaj. Your disciples have been wonderful. I've been part of, the journey started in association of Prabhupada's, Maharaj's disciples and still going on. So on this day, I want to congratulate all the disciples of Maharaj and also pray to Shri Radha Madhavari to actually provide him good health so that he can transform more and more fallen souls like me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Romapada Swami Maharaj. Wish you a very happy Vyasapuja day, and I pray to the deities that they give you a very long and happy, healthy life so that you will be able to serve Srila Prabhupada's mission. So Maharaj, he comes twice a year, as everybody mentioned, to ISKCON of Phoenix. It almost feels like every time he comes, he just gives a new impetus to the entire congregation. So I felt the same when he came this time for the Japa retreat. And so one of the first things which comes to my mind with Romapada Swami Maharaj is the time and effort he takes to make sure that everybody understands the message. So last time when he came for the Japa retreat, he had spoken about Namashtaka, and he said And he has this way of like highlighting specific Sanskrit verses, not going into the entire shloka, but just explaining a couple of words there, and that drives the entire meaning of that particular verse. And he had mentioned something like Vachyam, Vachakam. So he said, I have never thought about Harinam as a person. And he mentioned in the Namashtakam, he said that there is two things. One is Vachyam and Vachakam. One is the person and then the name. And the name is also a person. So that one stuck to me for so long that I got so inspired by Maharaj, and I read the Namashtakam by Srila Rupa Goswami. So he is extreme. So I personally feel that all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada and Maharaj including, they take so much effort, and the only reason why they come here is to make us realize in terms of how important this process of Krishna consciousness is. So thank you so much, Maharaj, for being so compassionate. And Maharaj has been to our home a couple of times, and I think Srikod Prabhu mentioned that Maharaj is the first devotee who came to people's home during COVID, during peak COVID, and I think he came to our home during peak COVID. And I still remember myself and my wife Sugamini, we were totally scared for 1 week. We didn't go out, we were putting our masks and everything to make sure Maharaj didn't catch anything, but he was completely unfazed. So that goes to say the commitment he has to Srila Prabhupada's vision. And thank you so much, Maharaj. And one thing which I wanted to share is like Maharaj came in here during March, and it almost feels like we were pregnant. I think the company was expecting mother, and it almost felt like he waited all the way till getting blessings from Maharaj, and a couple of days later he was delivered. So thank you so much, Maharaj, for all the blessings and all the compassion you showed towards our congregation. Hare Krishna.
Happy birthday, Maharaj. I have seen you for the first time at the Japa retreat, and the experience had completely transformed my experience while chanting. The way that the devotees and everyone has been able to explain things, and you can even tell all the devotees your mood, as I have never seen you in person before, but just meeting your disciples, you can see the enthusiasm that they genuinely have, like you for all your disciples. And I'm so grateful for all the work that you put in, and your YouTube is literally a treasure chest of wisdom, of information that anyone can access. And I hadn't known before when Prabhu had said that in China they don't even have access to YouTube, and here we do, and we can go on and listen to all your lectures, and you do them live, and it's truly amazing all the work that you put in on account of Srila Prabhupada and speaking so people can reestablish their relationship with Krishna. And I love how you make it such a point that chanting is our main business, and we really need to be hearing the name. That's the most important thing, is the quality of our chanting and hearing as we are chanting, as we are saying it, and hearing with our spiritual ear as you say. And there's no way I could possibly express how grateful I am for everything that you do. You work tirelessly all these hours a day, and you create these slideshows with images where we can fully immerse ourselves, mind, body, words, and through the images we can see, we can hear what you're saying, and you say things in a way that are very practical, and it can be applied by anyone. And the way that you are so accessible to your devotees and even to children you speak of on the same level, and you are so humble, and you are a living embodiment of the teachings that Srila Prabhupada and Krishna have stated. And I'd like to offer all my humble obeisances to you. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
And that 3 days completely changed the way I think, the way I live my life before. And thank you so much giving me the importance of the holy name. I still remember, Maharaj, holy name have everything. that blessing, on that day I did not understand. Holy name, I'm chanting, holy name, I'm chanting. But later when I had the ruchi of the chanting, then I came to know, okay, now really the holy name have everything. And Nama Prabhu, that's the first time I heard about the Nama Prabhu. How the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy will be coming to us, and the Krishna mercy will be coming to us, and the Guru Maharaj mercy will be coming to us. Thank you so much, Maharaj. I don't know how much the Japa retreat changed. I expressed with Mataji's also that it completely changed my chanting to the next level. And the way before I used to think, it's my round is done or not, is the how many more. Now when I chant, okay, done, let me do one more, well, let me do one more. That inspiration, the way I think about the chanting is completely your blessing, Maharaj, completely your blessing. If you are not there in that Kartik months, I was still the very, like before. I never had that experience, or I never had the importance of the holy name. And coming to the Japarit, I don't know how the programs are going to be. I just was here, but later on, whole week, I felt how much blessed we are to have Maharaj Association and having the Japarit. And I mean, for the devotees, it's like, they can understand. But very initial stages like me, it's like a biggest blessing for me. It's like a biggest thing for me. And thank you so much, Maharaj. I mean, it's like, as Rajesh Prabhu said, he's as it is Prabhupada. Whenever the devotee asks any question, if Prabhupada says like this, and he remembered each and every word of his spiritual master, how Prabhupada answers the question, how Prabhupada is with the devotees and everything. Maharaj is like cut, copy, paste of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Please bless us. Please do visit Phoenix. Please conduct more Japa retreats and bless us all. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Shubha Janmasam. Happy birthday. And wishing a good health for the Radha Madhava. Hari definitely bless him. And then he can bless us. Otherwise, you know, if he don't have good health, and then how he can convey the message. So first of all, that one. And then every time, each time when he visited ISKCON Phoenix, he brought the new things. All the time. New things. It's not old things or boring things, not new things he brought, and slideshow, everything completely. And especially for me, many stupid questions in my mind, and when he comes, and then I put those questions in front of him. And sometimes he gives the right way answer, sometimes he says, honestly, this I don't know. And then next day, we will find out and again bring those things, and he's never ignored the questions, whatever the stupid questions. And even though he's one of the friend, Purna Pragya Prabhu, he told me that, oh, you have cynical types of questions. Like, I don't know a cynical word, but he's just saying that. But all the time, peacefully, he gave the answers. And those things, we want more and more. For that, we are just here. And then that is his mercy for us, especially when class, in the morning class here, publicly, I don't ask too much questions on the outside, but because of the stupid question, I already told you that. And then, so that is he grant us, and wishing the good health only, for more to hear from you. Okay. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, I am not qualified to glorify you, but I will say a few words. Maharaj is very humble and very easily approachable, and he has high knowledge. And mainly I like about Maharaj is about his classes, his presentations. There is a lot of information embedded in the presentations, and I am very much delighted to listen to the Maharaj lectures And I attended several Maharaj lectures during the home programs, during the virtual yatra as well. So I was always waiting for the next day to continue this, to listen to the continuous story. I was so impressed. So Maharaj, one more thing just I want to add is the Japa retreat, Maharaj. So those are the 2 times I did 64 rounds in my life. It was very impressive, Maharaj. I thought that I never sit at one place for such a long time before, but it gave me a confidence that I also can do. Thank you, Maharaj. I wish you a happy birthday and long life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. I wish you a very happy Vyasapuja day and a very happy Krishna conscious birthday. I know you have unlimited and infinite glories, but I just wanted to thank you for something that means a lot to me. So, as you all know, in ASU there's a Bhakti Yoga Club, and some seniors of mine, like Kapith Prabhu and Feni Mataji, they've had the opportunity to foster Maharaj's visit there, and he gave some lectures a couple times in the ASU community. And unfortunately I wasn't able to attend, but I appreciate Maharaj a lot for doing that, because in a place where, you know, all these students are drowning in like ambition and you know, trying to think of their future and money and what they want to study, and also their social life and partying, he brought, you know, this the light of Krishna consciousness there, which is something that's very refreshing and eye-opening, and something that's larger than the life that we live. So I want to thank Maharaj very much for that, and I hope that he continues to have this ability to preach all over the world and in places like colleges. And I appreciate you, Maharaj, so much for doing that for us. Hare Krishna.
So I really liked your Vrindavan Yatra, or like the Yatra around the Govardhan Hill. It really felt like we were all in Vrindavan ourselves, but the only difference was that we're not alone. We had your guidance, and the way you just glorified all the places and like gave the importance of all the places really helped. It was actually better than when I was actually in Vrindavan, because I didn't know all the things. You just informed the things about the places. And then secondly, Java retreat was like the best day of my life. I've never done that much of like focused chanting in one sitting, and also my chanting improved. And I've also seen like people, like new people join, and like kids, and then I would ask them how many rounds they did, and then they would be like, oh my god, I did 15 rounds, and I'd be so happy, because I didn't know that kids could also be like so involved in like Japa retreat. And then before the Japa retreat, when he gave the class, it was very informative, because then we knew the glories of the holy name, and then that really motivated me to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and get closer to Krishna. So it wouldn't be like what it is right now if it wasn't for Maharaj to give that Japa retreat class. So thank you, Maharaj, for all your efforts that you put in, so that we can grow in our spiritual life. Hare Krishna, I wish, and I pray for your help, so that you can come again and do a Japa retreat again. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
He's a really influential speaker in our organization, and there's like one story that stuck with me that I always like think about. Okay, so I think about it every time I chant. So basically, he says that whenever we chant, we're not just saying words, we're building a deity. So we have to pronounce it in such a way that we can make that deity like wonderful. Like it has to be nice. We have to like pronounce the words with the most attention, because like we can't just like say Hare Krishna. We have to like say the actual word, you know, like Hare. Okay, let's say together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There we go. We just made a deity. All right. So that's it for today. And whenever you think about just like chanting, just say the words with meaning, because like it doesn't matter how many you do, it's how much like you feel for chanting.
Hare Krishna.
One thing I like is his classes, and I like how he really connects them to the world, because I know there's going to be people who ask how does it relate to this, how does it relate to that, and he'll cover all that in just one PowerPoint and lecture. And I remember the virtual yatra and how detailed the photos were and how detailed he it really explained the whole thing. And I remember just learning more and more things that I never knew about the area. And I thought that was a really good experience for me. And I wish I could have gone to the yatra with my dad, but he didn't let me. And then I remember, okay, this jump retreat, last jump retreat, I think I did 32 or 35 rounds, and my really with Lakshmi motivating me and telling me I can do it, and she was always yes, you can do it, come on, you can chant more. She would make me focus on chanting. As we were walking, she would tell me to keep chanting and keep focused. And I remember this time I did 48 rounds, so I went up, and next year I hope to do 64. But I think the lecture he gave before the jumper retreat day was very informative, and I really had an idea of how I was chanting and how focused I should be. And I've never been so focused in my chanting. And happy birthday, Maharaj.
The last one. So my first memory is 2015 when we moved in Phoenix, and Romapada Maharaj was the first one we met. No one knows that we were in Bay Area and we moved here, so that was my first interaction with him. And from that day, 8 years now, I haven't seen a single change in his muscle. So same enthusiasm, the way he talks, the way he brings information, everyone has said the same thing basically. He brings everything new. Every time you meet him, you will see something new. So we've been blessed to have his association. We heard him, and I think he eats some candy, I guess, when he speaks. I feel that makes his speech more sweet. It comes out a sweeter speech. So yeah, it's Lavla. Okay, but it's sweet. Lavla has a 3 flavors, so very sweet. The sweet comes from there. Yeah, all we can say is the disciples, their disciples, Maharaj's disciples. You will see the qualities of the Guru by looking at the disciples. What we are seeing in this temple is how we are doing in this temple. I think the credit goes to Maharaj. And thank you very much, Maharaj, for doing all this. I appreciate it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Wish you a very happy Krishna conscious birthday. I just like to share a small incident that happened recently on Maharaj's last visit to ASU. So during the program, actually last time we had a lot of students, and in the middle, Maharaj likes to walk while giving his talk. So he was walking and he tripped off a mic system, and then presentation and everything was stopped for a few minutes or so. Then Maharaj was unhappy, embarrassed, and he continued to give his talk. And afterwards, all the students were taking the prasad and everything, and then he was telling to me that I am feeling very embarrassed that I had this, so sorry for that, and he's telling sorry. So actually the other disciples, I heard that his humility, so I had a first-hand experience of him saying, apologizing to me that sorry, because of me I said, Maharaj, it's not your fault. So I had this first-hand experience of understanding how deep Maharaj's humility is, and so that's why.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते रोमपद स्वामी इति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने। Please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So during this last Vyasapuja of Srila Prabhupada, the last one, we read the offering of what Romapada Swami Maharaj had written to Srila Prabhupada. In that, 3 points were really focused. So the first one was faith in the instructions of Guru. Second was focus on Srimad Bhagavatam. and then faith in the holy name. So 3 things, right? Spiritual master's instructions, second Srimad Bhagavatam, and third the holy name. So I was just thinking about that Maharaj is really the embodiment of those instructions. So the first is faith in spiritual master's instructions. And then, we have this Guru Maharaj's group where somebody had posted all of Maharaj's Vyasapuja offerings in the past years. I didn't get a chance to read through everything, but I remember the year before, Maharaj was actually praying to Srila Prabhupada that please bestow blessings that we could kind of win that Long Island case. Again, I don't know how many of you know about it. So Maharaj was pleading to Srila Prabhupada to give the blessings. And actually this year, it really did go through. And it's in our, it's within ISKCON right now. So that was something. Guru Maharaj was, this was a long battle for many years he's been going through, with the court case and all of that. Again, legal details I don't know, but it was a long time standing thing with the Long Island temple. So it's come back to ISKCON, and Maharaj single-handedly has been doing that. And I also have to say that shows how much Guru Maharaj is really determined, making sure that anything that is Srila Prabhupada's, he wants to make sure that it is protected in words, in actions, in speech and everything. I know, and Prabhu said, Srila Prabhupada as it is. That's a big focus for Maharaj, making sure that all the instructions that Srila Prabhupada has given, it doesn't get watered down, it doesn't get altered, because he's so worried. He'll say, many generations from now, he in fact had a presentation where he shows the disappearing Acharya. I think you may have seen it, some of you may have seen it. It basically shows how Srila Prabhupada's philosophy can slowly get watered down or even change. So he is so concerned about that. So you can see that for the disciples, he makes sure that training and education is very important. So I was so new, even in couple years that I came into ISKCON, I remember I was already doing Bhakti Shastri. And as soon as I was completed with Bhakti Shastri, I was like, okay, Guru Maharaj, now what? He's like, okay, now start with Bhakti Vaibhav now. You got to do that next. So all along you can see that Guru Maharaj is really focused on training and education, because he believes that the content, the scriptures, is very important in our life. Because what he says is, if you don't read Srila Prabhupada's books, we are automatically going to go in a different path. So how do we keep up with Srila Prabhupada's mission? Read Srila Prabhupada's books. Take that seriously, and really the scriptures are very important. So that's very important focus for him. And this Vyasapuja, I also want to share that it's not just about reading and taking Bhakti Shastri, giving the exam and you're done. It's not about that. It's about character building too. So this Vyasapuja, the whole focus was around character building. It's only not just, as I said, it's achar and prachar. So it's not just about studying all the scriptures. How are you behaving? What's your behavior like with people? And what are you doing? Are you prideful? What are you? So there is so much focus on Maharaj, making sure his disciples are following all of these principles, taking everything to heart seriously. And really following Srila Prabhupada's legacy in the right way, and not just because, okay, I took initiation so many years ago, and now I'm this and that. It's not like that at all. Really following it, taking it to the heart and genuinely following that. So that's the main thing about following Guru's instructions. Srimad Bhagavatam, all along you can see that when Maharaj even comes here, not a single day, unless he's giving China class, okay, he will miss Srimad Bhagavatam here. But otherwise, every morning he's here giving Srimad Bhagavatam class. And even our Srimad Bhagavatam class, I just have to say that the hand behind that is really Guru Maharaj. Because when Kevala Bhakti Prabhu started, that was based on Sundarangi Devi Dasi Mataji, who's again Maharaj's disciple, and she had already started this program. So whatever we are doing the Srimad Bhagavatam daily morning, the 540 call right now, actually Guru Maharaj is behind that also. I just wanted to share that. Then the last thing is focus on the holy name. We heard a lot from everybody about how Maharaj is focused on the holy name. Even that I have to share that all along. And I remember back in the day, I used to think that what is Japa retreat? I have never attended one. What would it be like to go? And then it just happened that my initiation actually was on a Japa retreat. So that was really beautiful. And then slowly, then Maharaj started giving Japa retreat in Phoenix. It's not too far, right? Mataji, like 3 or 4 years ago, I think Maharaj started doing it here. So that's again very big thing. And I also want to share that this last time when Japa retreat happened, Shyam Sundar Prabhu also came. So although before also Prabhu has come, but this time I don't know, it was just very powerful and I got connected. I've been listening to, attending Shyam Sundar Prabhu's call also every day. And then I just wrote to Maharaj, I said, this is so effective. Wonder if, we could do the same thing at Phoenix. Although we had the conference call, but, people were not even calling in. Exactly 5:40, Prabhu knows. Exactly 5:55, people will dial into the call. That's what it was. But I just wrote to Maharaj and Maharaj was like, yeah, that's good. And then he suggested, okay, start with Japa book. That's a good book you need to start with. So I'm just saying that even the Japa call that is now being going successfully and everything, Maharaj is behind that too. Like he's been guiding all along. Then as soon as we are finishing Japa book, I was like, okay, Guru Maharaj, now what do we do? He was like, okay, now start with the living name, the next book. And then he already shared with me a list of other resources too, which I'll share with Vamshi Gopal Prabhu and everyone else. But I just want to share that. So Guru Maharaj is just like holding a kid's hand. Anytime you just approach to him and say, okay, I need help with this, and immediately, and now like Mataji said, now he doesn't email, it's WhatsApp. Everything just comes through WhatsApp, the links, the resources, everything. So I just want to share that, again, I just think that like, what have I done? Like, no qualification, nothing. But then how did I even get this good fortune, to have come across Guru Maharaj, and he who is personally guiding me all throughout in my life and giving me instructions all along, so I just feel very fortunate. And again, prayers to Shri Radha Madhavari for Guru Maharaj's long, healthy life and able to continue in its mission to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj, for everything. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So big thank you to Kevala Bhakti Prabhu and Namapriya Devidas and others for bringing the prasadam and arranging everything for the Vyasapuja offering today, and all of you for coming and making it happen, attending the program. We are going to go ahead and recite the prasadam prayers, and we'll honor prasadam. I just want to say something that everybody's been saying. Maharaj has been coming. Initially, when we were going through the ups and downs in Phoenix, and there were no temple present coming and going, he was the only Prabhupada disciple who was actually coming to Phoenix. And then, even though he had the GBC chairman responsibility, he found that he was not able to come. But he said, one place, I'm not going to give up is Phoenix, because I kept saying, we need somebody, so that if you come, then somebody else will come, and somebody else will come. So, Maharaj was the first Prabhupada disciple who came to Phoenix during our tenure. And then he requested me to invite Bhaktisundar Goswami Maharaj. And then we had Amala Bhakta Swami come. And so we've, gradually, we started to build up some speakers who could come from out of town. So I'm extremely grateful to Guru Maharaj for continuing to come and extending his stays here a little bit. And instead of once a year, he's coming twice a year. I hope he'll be able to come more often. But thank you so much for appreciating him, because I know that he puts a lot into our yatra, and it means a lot to me that you appreciate him so much, and I'm going to let him know how impressed and how much you liked his Japa retreat. Thank you again, and prasadam prayers, and we'll honor prasadam. I know it's late, we're hoping to attend Shayanarti. Oh yes, important point. This year Maharaj is going to go to Badrinath for the yatra. It's not Vrindavan or Mayapur. So if anybody is interested, it's going to be around September, because that's the only good time to go to Badrinath. As you know, Badrinath is high up in the Himalayas, and a beautiful place. I've been there a couple of times. It's one of the best places, very, very serene. and you can actually feel the presence of Narayan there, and it's really beautiful. And where this Ganesh Gufa and where Vyas Gufa is, where Ganesh wrote the scriptures and Vyasadeva recited them, those places still exist there. And there's also the origin of Saraswati, River Saraswati there. So if you would like to join us, let us know. We don't have all the details, but we know that we're going to Badrinath. Thank you again. Hare Krishna. We're going to go ahead and cut the cake very quickly also. The cake that we had originally prepared to cut, somebody already cut into that. So we're going to offer Ananda Leela Mataji's cake now. Thank you so much.